Deborah, and thank you so much for purchasing my spelling or vocabulary tests. They are Google Forms, and I'm going to give you a quick introduction to them. As always, if you have more questions, I do have videos on my website, chalkstar.net, and you can always email me. I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. So when you purchase the spelling test, this are the files that you'll get. Yours may not say copy of on them. Mine do, just because I made a quick copy. You'll notice that they are labeled with some numbers and then a letter. So the way I do it is this is grade 4, unit 1, week 1. A is for approaching, B is for beyond, and O is for on level. You have all 3 levels of spelling tests there. So then that would make this one grade 4, unit 1, week 2, and the beyond level. You'll see that there are 2 files for each, the spelling test and the spelling test basic list. The basic list is the 20 words without the review and challenge. The spelling test is the 20 words and the additional review and challenge words. So usually in the 4th and 5th grade, these are 25 words and these are 20 words. In 3rd grade, that would be 20 words and the basic test is 15 words. And then in 2nd grade, the spelling test is 15 words and the basic list is 10 words. So the basic list will always have just the base words, the main ones that are practiced in their spelling practice book. With the vocabulary, there are no different levels. You will get the vocabulary test. The 2014 and 2017 vocabulary tests have 5 tests per unit. The 2020 has 3 tests per unit, and that's because in the 2020 there are only 3 studies in each unit, and each study has a vocabulary test, so they only have 3 for that one. So let's look inside one of the files. I'm going to open up this one, and this is the teacher view of the spelling test. You'll see that it is labeled up here for you, but I didn't label it here for the students. The students usually don't see this, but they will see this down here. And I didn't want them to see whether they're taking the above, the beyond, or the on level test. There are 2 sections, the section for their name, and then the section with the questions. I'll show you how you can customize the questions. Now, if you click on a question anywhere on it, you'll change the view of that question. Here you can adjust some things. The distractors, you can edit the distractors if you want to have them different. You can tweak those for you. Make sure that you always have one correct answer. You can tweak the sentence. If you're not happy with the sentence, you want to make it a little different, you can do that. The answer key is down here. You'll click on the answer key. If you change the distractors and you want a different one to be the correct answer, then you would do it, though I don't know why, but the point values, if you'd like to change the point values of the questions, I have all the tests set to 100. But you may change the point values to whatever you would like. Maybe you want each question just to be worth 1 point and you do a 25-point test. That's okay, whatever works for you and for your grade level. I'm going to close this to get out of that. I have each question set to required, meaning that they must give an answer before they submit their test. The other adjustment you can make is down here. You can shuffle the question or the option order. So if you want these to be presented to the students in a different order for every student or any combination thereof, you would click on this and it automatically saves it. You can check it by going back in and you can see now it's checked. Okay? If you have wandering eyes and you really need to do that, then this is a good option too for you. You can completely delete a question. So if you don't like the question, if you're not giving that spelling word, go in and delete it. If you're tweaking the list of spelling words and you just want to go in and adjust all of the spelling word and the 3 distractors to make your own word, go ahead and do that. So, okay, that's that. Now let's go over to the test settings. That's up here. You'll click on test settings. If you wanted to collect email addresses, you can go ahead and click that. I will tell you with Google Forms, if your students are using a Google Gmail address, and you have this checked, it will automatically grab that email address and the students won't have to click or won't have to type in their email address. If you're emailing it to students that do not have a Google email address, no problem. They'll just have to type in their own email address. And if your students don't have Google accounts, they can still use this form. You'll just email it to them. It goes onto the internet, grabs the forms. They can then take the test, and then you'll still get the responses. You have to have Google, but they don't. If they are using Google Gmail addresses, you can limit to one response. If they're not, then you'll have to unclick that. You can give them the choice of editing after they submit, but you probably don't want to do that for a test, and they can see the charts, but I don't really have my kids doing that. They don't need to see that data. Presentation, I do have it shuffle or show the progress bar. So on the side, it'll show a bar that tells them how far along they are in the test. And I do have it shuffle the question order. So the questions will be presented to them randomly. I have it set as a quiz. You'll always want to leave that as a quiz if you're grading it. I have it set that they can see their score immediately as soon as they're done. You can change that. If you don't want them to see it, that's fine. They can see it later, just do it right here. And I have it set that they can see the missed questions, the correct answers, and the point values of how much each one is worth. You're welcome to uncheck those to suit your needs, or any combination thereof. Whatever works for you. After you're done making all of your adjustments, please make sure you click Save here so you'll save that. And let's look to see what it looks like from the student point of view. So I'm going to go to the preview button. When the students open their test, you see I have it set to collect email addresses. So I'm going to go ahead and type in my email address right now. And then I'm going to type my name. Oh, I want to type a different name because I already took it once under mine. There. Sorry, I'm not a fast typist. After they type their name, you'll click Next. And then they'll go ahead and take the test. They read the question and they select the correct answer. I'm just going to click some going down through here so we can get to the end. I know I should have picked a second grade one that had less questions on it. I can tell I'm going to do very well on this test. Hopefully your kids won't be clicking as quickly as I am. Hopefully they'll take their time and get some of these correct. Okay, so there we go. I am finished. When the students finish, I'm going to uncheck one right now because I want to show you. Oh, it won't let me. Okay, good. If I did leave one blank and I clicked Submit, it would not allow it to submit. Sorry, that's my phone. So then they will go ahead and click Submit. When they do, you'll see the view score, and that's because I have it set that they can view the score. If you don't have it set that they can view the score right away, this button won't be here, and it'll just say your response has been recorded. I want to see my score, and you'll see how it gives the score right here, and then tells them the ones that they got correct or incorrect, and then the correct answer. So that's what the students will see. I want to show you the spreadsheet next. Now that I've given the test a couple times, you'll click on the Responses tab to get the responses from the test. I've already done this once, so I have a spreadsheet set up, but if you don't have a spreadsheet set up, and you won't the first time you give it, it's okay. You will go ahead and click the little button right here, and it will say Set up a spreadsheet, and it will ask you, do you want to make a new spreadsheet or use an existing one? And I always make a new one each year. So there, it made my spreadsheet for me. The first time I took the test, you'll see it timestamps it, the score, and the name. The first time I took it under my name, and I got 28. The second time under my husband's name, and he scored better than I did. And then you'll see the data over here that you can get each question, the responses that the students gave for each question. If you love data, go crazy. It'll give you lots. You can analyze it all. If you don't, just ignore all those columns, and all you really need to look at is the name and the score to enter it in your gradebook. If you're using a learning management system that integrates with Google, if the gradebook integrates, then these scores should transfer over for you. If you're not, and you're like me, and you got to move them over manually, you got to move them over manually. I can't help you with that. I wish I could. Trust me, I do. So after you're done analyzing your responses, and it does give you some good data here, the frequently missed questions. After you're done analyzing your responses, you can go back here. When you are all finished giving the test for the year, when you're all done and you don't need it anymore, you can delete all of the student responses using this tab. Click on the 3 and then click Delete All Responses. But make sure you are done giving it for the year. And there, it's gone. My spreadsheet will still keep them, but the responses will no longer be in the analytics of the test. You won't see them here. Okay, back to the questions. I think that's everything. Please email me if I did not answer your question. I'll be more than happy to help you. I do have more videos on my website, chalkstar.net. You can check those out also. Thank you so much, and let me know if you need any help at all. Have a great day.